And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Wherever you are in the world, you're here with me now. So, very good. Welcome to another episode of New Earth TV Live. It's been 2 weeks since I did New Earth TV Live. Last week I was on Salt Spring Island, enjoying a nice kind of mini vacation. I wasn't able to do a New Earth TV Live last week, but here we are this week. So I'm happy to share some great insight with you guys today. We are going to do some meditation, some mass earth meditation. We're also going to do some distance healing, and we're also going to get into some Q&A. So we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of distance healing today. It's kind of a variation of the black ball, white ball, but it's kind of a bit of a quicker healing request practice that we're going to do. So again, if you guys have any healing requests for me, either for yourself or for your loved one, just feel free to put that request on the chat. And of course, we're going to get into Q&A here shortly. So if you guys do have questions, make sure your questions are semi-personal and general in nature. Okay, personal questions are reserved for personal private sessions. Okay, so keeping it personal, semi-personal, and general would be appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and get started firstly with some announcements. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com.
The latest revelation in alternative healing has arrived. The Healing Code Cards, a spiritual technology unlike anything else. Through the power of sacred geometry imbued with pure source energy, physical ailments can become eliminated and detoxified from your body. 36 cards specifically designed to work on the major areas of the body, encouraging natural recovery and increased vitality. Working with the cards are easy, and their healing results are profound. Download our collection of free sample cards so you can experience results for yourself. And don't forget to view our customer testimonials. Our printed Healing Code card deck is available now with shipping available worldwide. Visit our website at healingcodecards.com.
And of course, private sessions are available. I do have December all booked up right now, however, except for offline sessions. So if you have 3 questions, actually, no, I think they're booked up as well too. So now I think I'm fully booked up for December right now. But there are spaces available for January, okay, and they are going pretty quickly. So again, if you guys want to do a private session with me, you can feel free to book, as well as EQ method, Spirit Insight sessions, like I said, is kind of the new version of the Akashic Record sessions, 3-question private email session. And again, you can check that out, newearthteachings.com. And of course, you can still grab your Healing Code card decks as well too. So body deck, mind deck. So there's a bit of an update on the energy deck. Okay, I was originally looking to get the energy deck out here on December 1st. Unfortunately, I've had some printing difficulties because with this particular deck, I have to print out some prototype cards to put the codes in. But my printer has pretty much been dying on me. So I'm looking to get a new printer here. It's on the way. It'll be here in a few days. So I'm going to be putting the new release for the Healing Code Cards Energy deck for January 1st. Okay, so for the new deck that's coming, the digital version will be ready on January 1st. And I think that's more appropriate as well too, because then it's starting off the new year with a new Healing Code Cards deck. So the energy deck will be available on January 1st. So again, I'll let you guys know about how that goes all together. I think it's going to be a wonderful deck. It's very, very different from the other ones that I've done. It's more of a restoration, purification kind of deck. So I'm looking forward to releasing it with you guys. So keep in touch on Facebook, on YouTube here, on my website, healingcodecards.com. I'll be filling you guys up with information as it comes in regarding the new deck. But once I get the new printer, I start printing out some prototype cards and I start putting the codes in them, because some of these new cards are based on capture technology. So I'm actually capturing actual things into the cards and then optimizing them all together. So it's kind of a very, very neat, one-of-a-kind deck. So let's go ahead now and begin our guided earth mass meditation. All right. So if you guys want to join me, just get yourself nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, making sure your body is free of any tension. And we're going to go into the Mass Earth meditation now. If you just want to kind of gaze at the spinning ball here on the screen, you can do that as well too. But just get yourself nice and comfortable. We're going to start off with a little bit of heart rate variability. Okay. So again, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, into the nose, out the nose. Okay. Beginning now. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one more. Okay, and you can continue to do heart rate variability if you like. And what I want you to do right now is with your eyes closed, I just want you now to imagine void. And now I want you to imagine the earth directly in front of you, very similar to what you see on the screen here with the earth. So you are of a tremendous size right now. And you see this small earth directly in the middle of the cosmos. And I want you just to place both of your hands side by side around the earth. So just kind of cupping your hands a little bit. And you're just feeling the energy of the earth in between your palms. And what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our focus and awareness now to the heart. So we're going to move from the earth, and I want you now just to go into the heart. And I want you to imagine as if your heart is transparent, like it's made out of glass. And as you look at your heart being transparent, I want you to imagine that there is a spirit star contained directly in the center of your heart. Just like a little point of white light. And as you gaze upon that small point of white light, that point of white light now starts to get bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, until it fills your entire heart with this pure white spirit light. And that the light is so bright that you're actually seeing this aura of white light shrouding you. Beautifully bright, beautifully strong. And I want you just to tap into that white light now inside your heart. I want you to feel its bliss, feel its love, feel its happiness, feel its tranquility and serenity. For this spirit light is not within the mind. It is not within thoughts or emotions. It simply is. It is intelligence. It is God. It is Christ light. And so you're just tuning into that. And now you're feeling your entire body just being filled with this bright, beautiful, white spirit light aura. And again, just returning to our hands. Just again, side by side with the earth. And now I want you to command that beautiful, perfect spirit light to flow through your arms, to flow out through your palms. And just feeling this beautiful aurora of white spirit light coming out of your palms and shrouding the earth with this pure, white spirit light. That the earth is being shrouded like you're seeing an aura around the entire earth. We're feeling all of that perfection of intelligence from the spirit light within your heart, that is now just completely encapsulating the earth, going right into her core. And just feeling a spinning energy of that light moving out through the core, permeating through the oceans and through the land, permeating through every living being on the planet, human, animal, vegetable, plant, element, everything that is alive. And moving upwards to the mountains, up to the sky, up to the atmosphere, into the ethers of the earth, just completely encapsulated and shrouding the earth with this pure, perfect spirit light, which means you do not have to do anything. You are simply being the vessel for the perfect spirit light to do all the work itself. I want you just to hold that energy together, to continue to visualize all of this pure, perfect, tranquil, infinite intelligence, spirit light energy filling the earth. And I want you just to widen your hands a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, which means you're intensifying the spirit light as you widen your hands more and more and more and more, and feel the true joy that the earth has, that her children are putting all of this pure spirit light upon her body right now, that she feels it right into her spirit. How joyous she feels right now that you are providing this for her. She is absolutely blissed to see her children working with her in this way, feeling all of this pure light that's healing everything. Anything that represents distortion, convolution, denseness is being completely absorbed into the spirit light. It is perfection. It is absorption. It is union. It is samadhi. And now I want you to slowly bring your hands back just to where they were previously. And I want you now just to take a moment to give a personal blessing to the earth. What would you like to share with her right now? How would you like to bless the earth in this moment right now? Let that blessing be here and now. And taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and bringing our hands into prayer position. And our final, again, appreciation and gratitude to our Mother Earth, letting her know that we are always here for her and that we will help her every step of the way to moving her into brighter days, beautiful days, perfect days ahead. And let's now start to come back into the present moment, coming back into the physical body, coming back into your physical space. And remember that you are always able to return to this dimension where you can continue to assist Mother Earth in this way. And just placing your hands upon the heart, giving your love to your heart and to all hearts that have participated in this today. And deep breath in, deep breath out. And when you are ready, you can come back into the present moment. Okay, very good. So thank you everybody for joining me for the Mass Earth Meditation. I'm going to try and do these regularly. I think maybe every Friday we'll look on doing a Mass Earth Meditation similar to this. It's so very important, especially now during this time, that we again give so much love to our beautiful Mother Earth, the more that we're giving love, the quicker in the acceleration that we're going to see all of these things remedied. So let's please remember to hold Earth in our hands, in our hearts, very dearly. Okay, so thank you, everybody. We're going to go ahead and move on now into distance healing. Okay, so again, if you or someone you know would like to have a healing request, you can put that in the top chat. I'm just going to probably do about 5 to 10 volunteers. Okay. Again, if you want to offer a contribution, that puts you ahead of the line, just so you guys know as well. And I always appreciate that deeply. So I'm going to start off from the very top of the chat. Then afterwards, we're going to get into Q&A. All right, so you guys can get your Q&A ready after we do some distance healing here. Okay, going down the list here. Hello, everybody from UK, from Scotland, from Dublin, I should say, not Dublin. Hello from Israel. Great. So I'm not sure if you guys got the news that I'm going to be doing a show with Tarot by Janine. Right? Janine contacted me a couple days ago. He said, "Hi, Brad. It's nice to meet you. I've heard about your work, etc., etc. And just wondering if you'd like to do a show." So I'm like, "Great. Yes, I've heard of your work too. So I've been talking about you on my channel here." So yeah, we got together. We got a date for the show. It's December 9th. I think it'll be around 12 o'clock Pacific time. Okay. I'm asking Janine if she wants me to make a little graphic for the show. I probably just will anyways. And we'll send that to her as well too. And promote the show as well too. So it's going to be a very, very exciting show. I have no idea what we're going to talk about, but you know it's going to be good stuff. All right. So be sure you guys set that on your calendar. I believe it's again December 9th. Let me just double check. Something like that. I think it's December 9th. Yeah, I think yeah. December 9th at 12 p.m. Pacific. Yeah. So set that date on your calendar. All right. It's going to be a wonderful event with me and Janine talking about some great stuff. All right. Okay. So Octavio, yes, I got your comment here. We were doing the black ball, white ball exercise, and as you completed the black ball absorbing and all the liquids, you saw a white light come out of your heart and cover it, and then it was gone. Yeah, that's absorption. That's the absorption of spirit. So that's a type of samadhi in that way. So very good, Octavio. Excellent. Spirit did the healing indeed. Okay, here's one from Lady T. Lady T says, "A healing request for my mommy. Thank you." All right, certainly. So Lady T, you too will also be a part of this session as well too, right? You can send her love energy as well too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be talking to Lady T's mother's higher self. All right. So like I said, this is kind of a rendition of the black ball, white ball technique. It's just kind of more of a shortened version. All right. So let me just take a moment now to attune to Lady T's energy. And through Lady T to her mother's energy. And to her mother's higher self. And I'll say to Lady T, mother's higher self, placing hands upon the center of the chest, and just taking a deep breath in and out, in and out, in and out. And with each breath that you take, taking all of that pure spirit light in and completely releasing all of that distorted energy out as you breathe out through the nose. In, out, in, and out. And now to Lady T, mother's higher self, seeing a white ball in the center of your palms. And now just going into your mind, bringing about a happy memory, a happy thought, a perfect moment. Now ask that if there's a perfect moment. Yep, I don't even have to ask the question. Your mother's higher self, Lady T, already has a perfect moment within her. Okay? The higher self is doing this work for her. Okay, so we're taking out that beautiful memory, that happy memory, that perfect moment, like it's a diamond. We're putting it directly into the white ball. Okay, now we're expanding that. And Lady T, you can join in as well too. You're just bringing a happy moment through yourself. And you can put this into your mother as well. All right? So we're expanding this now. Expanding. Expanding. Feeling happy, feeling joyful, feeling wonderful, feeling spacious, feeling expansive, feeling brilliant, feeling perfect. Making that ball about 8 times its original size. And now just slowly compressing that ball. And now to Lady T, Mother's higher self, placing that in the area of the ball, in the body, where she requires it the most. Okay, and to Lady T's higher self, just let me know when the ball is in position, placed exactly where it needs to be. Okay, apply. Okay, it is done. Okay, so Lady T, your mother's higher self is doing this healing for her. And of course, you can again bring your love energy into her and just say, Spirit, let it be done. And it is done. Okay, so just maybe give her a call, give her a shout, let her know how she's feeling. Just let her know that healing work was done on her. And she can fill you in about any new transformations that are taking place. Okay, so you can see how this is a little bit more of the quicker version. We're not actually working with a black ball whatsoever. We're just going into breathing out that dense energy and then bringing in the white ball. Okay, so it's kind of a compact version of the black ball, white ball. I suggest you guys still continue to do the black ball, white ball. Okay, keep doing it in that way. This is just kind of a special spirit code modification of the black ball, white ball I'm doing today. Okay, thank you, Lady T. Hope you and your mother are feeling well. Okay. So let's go down to Karen Johnson. Karen, daughter has cancer, please. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So like I said, if you're requesting this for your for a significant other, okay, I'm basically just going to be working with her higher self. So Karen, you can join in, okay, and you're putting your happy love energy in there as well too. So as you see me doing this, and you guys can even join me on the chat as well too for Karen's daughter who has cancer, okay. So as you see me doing this, because you've brought in a happy memory, you've brought in a perfect moment, you're putting it into the white ball, you're expanding alongside with me, and you're putting it into Karen's daughter, okay? And you just say, Spirit, it is there, let it be done, okay? And that is how we're all working in helping together. But of course, Spirit does all the work through us. All right? So Karen, very good. You can just, again, be with me here. And now I will talk to your daughter's higher self. Okay, she is here. Okay, so to Karen's daughter's higher self. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Breathing out all that dense energy. In. Breathing out all that dense energy. Out. Breathing it out. And again. And again. Okay, to Karen, daughter's higher self, I want her now just to go into her memories. Okay, looking into something very happy, very joyful, very blissful. And Karen, yourself as well too, looking into your memories, something very happy, blissful, perfect moment. Okay. Now as if Karen's daughter, higher self, has a perfect, yep, she does. Okay, great. Okay, so taking that out of the brow, putting it into the white ball in between our palms, really just focusing for a moment on that happy memory, that perfect moment, slowly starting to expand it. Smiling, giggling, chuckling, laughing along the way, feeling its brilliance, its happiness, its joy, its bliss, its perfection, making us feel absolutely wonderful, absolutely spacious and expansive. Okay, making that white ball about 8 times its size. Okay, and slowly contracting it back to about the size of a tennis ball. Okay. Putting that energy now directly into the area of their body that she requires the most. And just holding it there. And it is in position. Apply. It is done. All right. So thank you, Karen, and thank you to everybody else who's also helping Karen's daughter at this time. All right. So one of the things I'd recommend, Karen, for your daughter as well too, she should look into a water fast for a couple of days. Okay. Water fast is actually one of the most effective ways to beating cancer. Okay. You're not putting anything in the body. And if you are then deciding afterwards to put some stuff in the body, it's everything that is basically cancer neutral, right? So you're not putting a lot of sugars in the body, okay? And the most important thing is laughter. The most important thing is the healing work. The most important thing is your own prayers and your own blessings, your own meditations, okay? So again, cancer is not some unbeatable thing, guys, okay? It's been blown up that way. A lot of us have cancer regularly through our lives. But because we don't even know about it, it just fades away. The body takes care of it. It's actually much more dangerous to know that you have cancer than you don't, right? Because people will therefore start putting polluted and contaminated fears into the cancer itself, and then that gets strength, right? So a person who's actually more unaware that they have cancer will actually have a much more higher percentage of letting it pass you by, right? Especially if you're doing a lot of healing work, a lot of inner work, okay? So I want you, Karen, to tell your daughter, I want her to imagine as if she has no cancer at all. She's able to do all the things that she does, and she's completely in the certainty that she has no cancer at all, okay? So yes, do the water fast, yes, do good eating, right? Taking care of yourself, but you're doing that just as a means of taking good care of the body, not for the reason of cancer, okay? So basically, we're erasing that from our database. Just continue to live life as if that does not even exist. Okay? Thank you, Karen. Okay. So here's a distance healing, healing request for tarot message. Okay. So tarot message, thank you very much. Good to see you. All right. So tarot message right now. Just placing your hands upon the center of your chest. Let's take some deep breaths in and out. Inhale. Breathing out the conflict and debris. Inhale. Breathing it out. Either through your nose or through your mouth, it's fine. Inhale. Breathing it out. Breathing it out. One more time, breathing it out. Okay, so tarot message, now that you have breathed out that dense energy, going into your memory right now, I want you to think of a happy memory, a joyful memory, a perfect moment. Okay. Once you have discovered one of those, pulling it out from the brow chakra like it's a tiny diamond. Okay, seeing a white ball in the center of your palms, putting that diamond directly into the white ball. Okay, I want you to take a moment just to focus on it now. Okay, and now slowly starting to expand it. Feeling laughter, chuckling, happiness, smiles along the way. Feeling the brilliance of your perfection, the brilliance of your happiness, the brilliance of your intelligence, the joy, the expansiveness of that energy. Make it big, make it enormous, make it tremendous. Make it an entire universe that is contained in between your palms. Feel its joy, feel its happiness, feel its love. And now compressing that ball to about the size of a tennis ball. Okay, tarot message, I want you now just to put it into the area of your body where you feel you need it the most. So if it's in the head, if it's in the chest, if it's in the abdomen, if it's in the knee, wherever it may be, just putting it into that general area, okay? Okay, just feeling it absorbing into your chest, melting into your body. Apply. Feel that love energy now flowing into the area of your body where it is needed, and just feel that instant feeling of release. Okay, not relief, but release. Like whatever your problem was, as soon as I snap my fingers, it's gone, right? and your energy, your love energy is supporting that. As soon as I snap, it's gone, right? And then you just let the physical body do all the rest of the work pertaining to the physical matter relating to it. Okay? Thank you very much, Terra Message. Hope you're well. Okay, so let's go to contributions here. We got BB Giddings here. I got 2 contributions, so I'll get to the next person here in a moment. BB says, healing to flush my sinus problem, please, Brad. Okay, I know what that's like because I've had some sinus issues myself in the past. So I still have them a little bit, but they're getting better. Okay, so yes, we'll do that. So BB, place your hands upon the center of your chest. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale out the debris in the sinuses. So I want your exhale to be a little bit longer than your inhale, okay? Deep breath in. Exhale out the debris in the sinuses. Once again. Exhale it out. Breathing in. Exhale it out. One more time, breathe it in. Exhale it out. Good job. Okay, so having our hands together now, seeing the white ball coming together there. And now, BB, I just want you to go into your memories, go into your mind, find a happy moment, joyful moment, blissful moment, perfect moment. Okay, any of those. Perfect moment, of course, is the perfect moment, right? So if you have one of those, that's what I recommend first and foremost. Once you have it, take it out of your brow chakra like it's a diamond. Okay? You're putting that diamond directly in the center of the white ball. I want you to focus on that feeling for a moment. Okay, now starting to expand. Okay, making that moment brilliant, expanding it beautifully, chuckling, giggling, laughing along the way, pure happiness, expanding your joy, expanding your bliss, expanding that brilliance, expanding that perfection. Make it its own universe, a universe of this pure bliss, happiness, joy, and perfection. Okay. Compressing that ball now to the size of a tennis ball. Okay, and BB, I want you just to put that into the area of your head where the sinuses are. Okay. Just feeling that ball going in. And as soon as it touches your body, as soon as it goes in, it's melting. It's melting and it's going right directly into your sinuses, okay? Apply. And you should feel that immediate release, okay? If your love energy is very strong, you put it in there, release is instant. You'll feel a flutter. You may feel some tingles. You may feel a little jolt. You may just feel a sensation, an impulse, okay? That's confirmation the energy is going to work, okay? So it takes a little bit longer for the physical body to reciprocate all of the healing energies that are coming through, but on an etheric, energetic level, it's already happened instantly, all right? So you just give the body the time to let the healing work be done. It is done. Right? Thank you, Vivi. Okay, let's go on to the next contributor here. This is Pamela Williams. Thank you. Oh, thank you for all you do. Pamela, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Okay, and here's one from Sensei. Thank you very much for your contribution as well, too. Okay, guys, I think we'll do about 1 or 2 more, and then we're going to get into some Q&A, all right? So let's go to... JC says, I would love a distance healing on family Discord if you are able to. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, so basically I'm going to talk to the collective higher self of your family. Okay, so I'll refer to it as JC's family's higher self collective. Okay, it's still a little bit long, but I'll just say higher self, but you know what I mean. Okay, so yes, JC, and you can join in as well too. Okay, and you're part of this healing as well too, so it'll go to you as well too, JC. Okay. So JC, placing your hands upon the center of your chest, and again, just talking to JC's family's higher self collective, family now, upon your hands upon your chest, deep breath in, Exhale, breathing out the debris. Inhale, breathing out the debris. Inhale, breathing out the debris. Inhale, breathing out the debris. One more time, inhale, breathing out the debris. Okay, relaxing, breathing normally. Okay, JC and Family Higher Self Collective, Higher Self. Going into the memories now. Pulling out a memory that is very, very loving, blissful, powerful, perfect. Okay, taking that beautiful moment, that beautiful memory, taking it out of the brow chakra, putting it into the white ball in between your palms, and focusing on it now just for a moment. Feel its love, feel its happiness, immerse yourself in that moment. Okay, slowly starting to expand the ball now. Smiling, giggling, laughing, chuckling along the way. Feeling that happiness, that pure joy, that pure brilliance, expanding more and more. Feeling this pure love, this pure joy. It's so big, it's so brilliant, it's so blissful, it's so powerful. It's your own universe of bliss and happiness and perfection. Stay in it, be in it, live in it. And slowly contracting that energy back. Making that energy, that ball now, the size of a tennis ball. And now to JC and to your Family Collective, Higher Self. Placing it into the areas of the body where this is most needed. Okay, feeling that pure bliss ball melting in the body. Apply. Deep breath in, deep breath out. The work is done. Very good. Okay. So JC, blessings to you and to your family. Keep in touch with your family. Let them know that there is a healing done on them. Okay. And you can always check in with me. Let me know how they're feeling. And with you as well, too. All right. Thank you, JC. Okay, guys, we're going to do one more healing request. And we're going to go into Q&A. All right. Okay, so here's one from LJ. LJ is right below JC. So LJ says, please heal my DNA for my sickle cell disease, please. Love and gratitude. Okay, very good. So yes, LJ, we can do that. So LJ, just putting your hands upon the center of your chest now. Deep breath in. Exhale the debris. Deep breath in. Exhale the debris. Inhale. Exhale debris. Inhale. Exhale debris. Inhale. Exhale debris. Okay. Holding that white ball in the center of your palms. Going into your memory. Perfect moment, happy moment, joyful moment. Going into that now. Extracting it from your brow chakra. Putting it into the white ball right in the center, that diamond. Okay, slowly now starting to expand. You can focus on it again for a moment. Let's take a moment to focus on it, actually. Okay. Okay, now starting to expand. Feeling that brilliance, that happiness, that joy, laughing, giggling, smiling along the way. Expansive brilliance, expansive joy, expansive bliss, expansive perfection. Living inside that universe, contained inside this ball, here and now, in this moment. Feel it, live it, be it. Contracting that energy ball now, making it the size of a tennis ball. KLJ, now just putting it directly into your area of your body that you feel is appropriate. As it touches your body now, feeling that ball melting into your body, going directly into that area. If you do not know where it is, just let Spirit guide it in. Okay. Apply. Deep breath in, deep breath out. It is done. All right. Thank you, LJ. Let me know how you're feeling if you like, and keep in touch. Thank you. Okay, guys, thank you all for your healing requests. Again, I'll be back next week. We can do more healing requests then. And thank you again, everybody, for your requests and contribution. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we're going to go into Q&A. Oh, yes, I forgot to bring that live chat feed on there, so I'll just stick with this window here. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the the top chat here. Okay, let me just go to live chat here. There we go. Alrighty, and I'll just go down bit by bit. So again, guys, just semi-personal or general questions. Okay, nothing personal. Save those for private sessions. All right. Okay. Okay. Now here's one from Edgelord. Question for later. Lots of speculation about XRP playing a huge role in the new financial system. What do you think? Yeah. A lot of these new companies are going to come together. I don't think we're going to be able to keep in touch with them all, guys. There's going to be new companies that are going to come together. There's going to be new systems that are going to come together. It's exactly as Adronis said in the past, that there's going to be financial systems, not a financial system, right? There will be like a big system altogether, right? But you're looking at all of these different alternatives. So there'll be a lot to pick and choose from. You're already exploring that right now, okay? So yes, XRP, different forms, Litecoin, Ethereum, etc. A lot of different ones are going to be expanding. So like I said, if you're into digital currency, great. And I think there will still be some type of legal tender, money-backed system as well too that will be emerging as well too. But money itself is really only going to last a certain amount of time, right? People will now start to move much more into different alternatives, right? So there could be trade and barter systems, there can be contributionism, there could be resource-based economy, right? So you're looking at now the window is open for all of these different types of exchange systems, which I'll call that, because they may not all be monetary, okay? It'll start off very, very small, and it'll work its way up, but there will be exchange systems, okay? So not just finances, not just the idea of digital currency, but in the idea of time management, in the idea of trade and barter, in the idea of resource-based economy, in the idea of contributionism, like what Michael Tallinger talks about with the Ubuntu movement, okay? I suggest you guys check that out as well too, right? Michael's a friend of mine, so I'm happy to put that information out there, okay? So you can look into Ubuntu, right? And get behind his work. He really has a good, sincere intention behind that. So yes, absolutely. A lot of things will be coming together, especially in 2022, okay? 2022 is a year of action. But we're still going to have some financial systems around for a while, but it is going to be going through a transitional phase because a lot of other exchange systems that will be successfully demonstrated throughout the populace over time will eventually take the place of monetary systems. And that'll be great, right? I would love to have like a trade or barter system or doing contributionism and stuff like that. That'd be great. Okay, let me go down the list here a bit more. Okay, so I just got some healing requests here, guys. Okay, Leanne says, hi Brad, question, is there something more with the Ancestry DNA tests that keeps pooping up? I think you mean popping up in commercials. Is there an agenda behind that? Yes, and I would suggest you don't do it, okay? Basically, DNA can be harvested, right? And it can be used for other particular purposes, right? It can actually be used in rituals. It can be used in experimental tests as well, too. There may even be opportunities for cloning or something of that nature. It's just not a very good idea. Again, I know people have done it. Even people in my family have done it as well, too. I would not do that, okay? It's very important that we're not just giving our DNA information, because DNA really is information. It really is it's everything that represents us. You're giving your life force out, okay? You want to be very, very careful with that. So before you do anything like that, you don't have to take my word for it. but I would suggest you look inside yourself, right? You talk to your heart, you talk to spirit, you do divination, you do whatever you feel in regards to that, okay? I have certainly looked into that and say that's not something I'm ever playing with. You don't know what these companies are really doing with it, these big name companies, right, like Ancestry.com and so forth. They're linked to a lot of these Fortune 500 companies and so forth, and they're using the idea of DNA for some pretty regressive purposes, okay? So again, we don't really want to generally hand out our DNA to people, right? So we want to be very, very careful with that. So please be mindful in regards to that, because those just have agendas behind it, and they can be quite unpleasant. I won't get too much into it, but it's not an agenda that you want to be a part of, all right? JC says, great news about your show with Janine. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe right now for 2022 on my end. I've talked about the idea of 2022 being the year of action. So there's already a lot of things that are coming up that are going to be action-packed. So I'll keep you guys in the know as things start to come down the pipe here with some new opportunities that are going to come my way. Because wherever I go, you guys go with me. So there's going to be some really good stuff to come here down the road, especially coming into 2022. 2022 is going to be a very different year, guys. Yes, there will still be some intensities happening, but there's a lot more resolve. It's like I talked about with the idea of what's happening here in British Columbia, right? Janine was just talking about this as well, too, today on one of her newest videos about the floods in BC. And then there's been some floods in Newfoundland, and there's been some floods in the U.S. Guys, that's all white hats. That's all counter forces, right? They're basically cutting off the escape routes so that these dark cult members cannot escape. And they cannot go through air, they cannot go through sea, they cannot go upon land, right? They're basically trapped like a rat, so to speak. And then you have the counter forces coming in and rounding them up. Guys, this is why I say you do not need to worry so much about what the times are ahead. So many people feel like they've already admitted their fate and say, oh yeah, we're doomed. It's going to be a totalitarianism world that we're moving into. You need to wake up, right? You're just deliberately putting all this fear porn directly into your body, and it's contaminating you, and you don't even know the truth. We are not moving into a totalitarianism global agenda, okay? It's dying. It's being cut off. The head snake is being cut. The head of the snake is being lopped off, right? So it's basically the entire collective of the dark agenda is at the guillotine, right? And now, whoosh, that's what's happening. So like I said, guys, it's what I talked about on New Earth Insights earlier this week, right? Where I was talking about the idea that with everything that's taking place, November, December, and part of January are hold the line months, right? That's how it is. Just hold the line. Guys, we've already made the collective decision that this is not the world we want. Okay? You've already made that decision. Do you think spirit is deaf? No. But you have to get out of this crap. You have to see all the misery that you've been putting your energy towards. You have to see how corrupt these systems are. You have to see how corrupt these people are. You have to see exactly what these people are doing when you don't play ball with them. They will give you lockdowns. They will threaten you with mandatory vaccinations. They will threaten you with social distancing, with mask wearing, with all these different things. Why do you think they're doing that? Because they're losing. Because they're losing all power. Their entire Babylon is ablaze directly in front of them. We're losing it. Okay, more stuff. We gotta do this more. Oh my God, everything's burning around us. More. That's what they're doing. They are batshit crazy right now because everything is falling down upon them, right? And they have these little tiny actors on top of this little stage, blah, 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 just like I talked about before. Why are you guys worried about this? Why? Oh, bro, it's pretty intense. Well, it's supposed to be intense. That's what happens when you see the burning down of Babylon, right? Babylon is burning. Of course it's going to be intense. Celebrate this time because the darkness is finished. The corrupt is over. It's done. It's over with. Spirit has already made the decision. Those who are corrupt will not continue. They're done. They're leaving this world. They're going elsewhere. We already have thousands and thousands of ships, of fleets, that are collecting a lot of these particular souls in angelic realms, that are taking these beings to other planets because they have other schools to go to, because they have to look at all these things that they have been doing, and they're going to other schools. They're going to other planets. They're going to other worlds. They're going to other dimensions. They're all being harvested. Okay? So it's a corrupt harvest that's happening right now. This is repopulation protocol. That's why there's thousands of ships in the sky that are all veiled in between dimensions where you cannot see them except for those who can see through veils. Okay? Certain people can see through the veils. They know what I'm talking about. I've had visions of these ships. They're all over the place. They're all over the sky. They're in the earth. They're around the earth. They're larger than the earth. And it's all of these gigantic kind of angelic ships. Right? Angels have spaceships, guys, in case you didn't know. They do. And they're helping to harvest these souls, taking them out of here and putting them to different dimensions, taking them to different worlds because they have other schools to which they need to continue their learning. They will never be a part of this plane again, at least in regards to this current time, right? In regards to this current era. In regards to where we are, they can't touch it. They have to go through a lot of experiences again and again and again and again and again and again. And maybe at some particular point, they may be able to come back, right? But they got a lot of growing up to do, a lot of maturing to do because they have fallen from grace, okay? But all of these corrupt ones, in that sense, are masters, just as we are. But they have lost their way. And so everyone's being collected. All of these corrupted ones are being collected. They're being harvested. They're being taken out of here. They're getting out of the star system. They're going to different planets. They're going to different dimensions. And they're going to continue their learning elsewhere. So why are you guys worried? Don't be. Hold the line. We've already got this in the bag. So I've already been talking about this a couple years ago. Guys, we've already won. This is already a victory, right? All you're doing is you're seeing spaz attacks. You're seeing temper tantrums because these people have lost their power. And these are Satan worshipers. These are devil worshippers, okay? They are not good old boys that are going to tip a hat at you and saying, I lost to the better man. I lost to the better woman. No. They said, oh my God, we're losing everything. Okay, burn everything to the ground. We're losing everything and force these lockdowns. We need a communist country. We need a socialist agenda. Force and force and force and force and force. And the more they do that, their entire machine just falls apart. It can't handle the strain. Right? They're in quicksand up to here. And do you honestly think that they're going to be able to bounce back from that when the quicksand's up to here? Don't think so. It's going to be like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this, until they're completely immersed in the quicksand. So why are you guys worrying? Really? Focus on the earth that you want to see. Focus on the earth that you want to be a part of. Stop worrying about what's happening behind the scenes. Let Spirit take care of it. You just go to where you're called. Right? People are just doing exactly what they need to do because this is what their heart is telling them. And that's them just doing the work, doing the great work. And this will start to fall away more and more and more. Like I said, there's still more stuff that's going to fall away year by year, but it's already done. We're in a physical plane, everybody, and physical plane works with time, and time needs to continue to transition so that you can see these things fade away, because the most important thing is you have to see where your suffering has come from. So you've seen it inside you, now you're seeing it outside of you. You're seeing everything that represents your suffering. That's why this is on display. This is the Armageddon time. This is the harvest time. This is the repopulation protocol. Okay? The earth is being repopulated. It is being repopulated with, as they say in the Bible, the meek shall inherit the earth. That's what's happening. People who are corrupt will not be here. They will be gone. And very, very soon. All right? Be aware of this. Be aware of the road signs that approach. Because that's how I know all these things are going on. I see the road signs. I see all these things that are happening. These events. Okay, great. That's collapsing. That's collapsing. That's collapsing. Okay. They're taking bridges out here in BC. They're taking bridges out here as well, too. Okay. They're rounding up all these people. They're detonating themselves into deep underground military bases, and they're apprehending people that are hiding there because there's a lot of these elitists that are hiding underground. And so they will detonate these devices and breach the entire base, and they will go in and they will apprehend these people and booting them out. And those installations in time will be used for greater purposes, right? For our purposes, so to speak, right? A lot of stuff is happening. It's all counterforce, guys. Here's counterforce. Here's dark force. Way more higher up. Okay? So why are you worrying? Don't. It's not going to help you. That's not going to make you live longer. Okay? Focus on the earth you want to live on. Okay? All right. Go down the list here a bit more. Okay. Pamela asks, how is the White Hat operation going in British Columbia? Well, their bridges are still out, if that's what you're wondering. It's going to be something that'll still take some time, right? I feel probably around the time of December that the operation here will be finished, right? So I'm probably thinking around early, mid-December, they'll have rounded up everybody that they needed to. So I'm thinking by early to mid next month, the entire operation should be complete. That's just what I'm getting from feeling right now, okay? So they are working to repair some of the bridges right now. They're thinking that around early January, it should be good to go. But like I said, all this needs to happen, right? They've tried many other different tactics in the past, and it didn't work. So basically, in order for you to catch the cockroach without it running off, you have to put it in this glass cube so it can't scatter anywhere, right? Now that it's in the glass cube, you got it. So that's what they're doing. They're putting down this glass cube. They're hammering down on the dark forces, all right? So that's what's happening in BC. And guys, this is going to happen in the United States. This is probably going to happen in Europe as well, too. This is going to happen in Asia. And again, wherever there has been corruption, wherever there's been a hammering down, operations similar to this is going to take place. If you start seeing things that involve floods or earthquakes or anything of that nature that's taking down infrastructure, that's them putting this cube down on the cockroach so it can't go anywhere. All right? That's what they're doing. That's their plan. Okay. So we're all done with healing requests for this day now, guys. Okay. Next week, we'll have some more. Okay, Peter Brooks says, what is the symbolic archetype of the elemental beings called dwarves, and what's their connection with midgets? What makes you think that they have to have a symbolic archetype? Right? They are actual beings. They are representative of the elementals. So dwarves represent the nature of the earth, right? Just like the gnomes. The gnomes and the dwarves in that particular way. I don't really refer to those people as the M word, okay? We could refer to them as little people, Peter, okay? A little more tact, all right? The little people in that sense. That doesn't mean that they're directly related to dwarves, that they're directly related to gnomes. Just because you're that size, that's like me saying, okay, I'm instantly related to a Palladian because I'm human. No. It doesn't always relate to that, okay? It has to do with experience, rather than the idea of thinking that there's a symbology behind it. Okay, there's a nature of experience, it's sympathetic resonance. Okay, so there could be some difficulties, some struggles that they're going through physically, and then they come into this body, pertaining to a little person's body, and they may have these experiences, but they're getting over it, they're healing themselves, they're working past it, right? It's just an assignment of different degrees of limitations upon the self because of one's own perceived karma upon themselves, to therefore remedy it and bring it into harmony. That's why we all have the bodies that we have, okay? So yes, some may have some connections with the elementals, with the dwarves, with the gnomes, pertaining to the earth element in that way. But that's not the only case. There's other aspects to it. It's not so cut and dry as that. Okay? I have to look at the person. I have to look into them and find out what they're going through. And you'll discover that there's a lot more going on than the idea of symbology pertaining to elemental beings. So there may be a portion of that, but there's a lot more to it. Okay? Thank you, Peter. Okay. Clark asks, what type of beings inhabit the sacred Uritorco Hill in Argentina? There's some connections with insectoids there. I'm not too sure if it's the exact area that you're referring to, but Argentina has quite a bit of insectoid colonies underground. humanoid, insectoid beings. Okay, so you might want to look into that. Okay. Okay, let me go down. There's just a lot of questions here that are kind of redundant, guys. What type of beings inhabit this? What is the purpose of this stone? Guys, that's not really going to help the collective, okay? This is why I'm a little bit reserved about those questions. If you have those questions, I would consider those questions more personal questions, okay? So private sessions for that, okay? It's just you guys have a lot of this fascination with archaeology and historic sites when I've already given you guys information, but it's kind of like you don't end. Right? There's another question. There's another. Okay, Brad has this. Here's another question. Here's another question. Guys, be satisfied with what you have, okay? And kind of use your instincts a little. If I'm already telling you that a lot of these sites were built on sound, and a lot of these sites were using the idea of levitating boulders, levitating granite blocks, and they were able to infuse themselves together using the power of sound, that's kind of a catch-22 here, okay? And if you're looking at all these great stones and stuff like that, guys, that's all charged psychic energy. That's torsion energy, okay? Those are used in ceremonies. Those are used in gatherings, okay? They bring people together. They charge their energy collectively through a device, like a crystal, like a stone. And now they're able to work together with that energy that may represent foresight, that may represent foretelling, okay? They may use that in that sense as a blessing in regards to the collective energy coming together with the village containing with the tribe that's there and bringing blessings to that. That can also be used as offerings, right? That can also be given to their gods as well too, to be bestowed upon, to have that loving energy flown into that device and therefore given to the people that brings about fortune. It's all just spell casting in that way. It's a gathering of energy, it's a cultivating of energy, it's the collecting of energy, and it's giving it back to the people. So again, guys, catch-22 here, okay? Rather than constant regurgitating intellectual questions that are still in relationship to the answers I've already given you. Use your instincts a bit more, okay? You have a lot of things to discover indeed, but see where there's common ground, because that's the common answer, all right? That's what all ancient civilizations done. The ancient civilizations all work together with each other beyond space and time. Why do you think there's so many similarities between different areas of civilizations that have existed upon our Earth? Because they've communicated with each other beyond time and space. They were able to infiltrate the web, right? Not the World Wide Web, not the internet, okay? But the collective web, the web of the mind. And they knew all of these ancient technologies. That's why you have Angkor Wat. That's why you have the Kobo ruins. That's why you have Egypt. That's why you have Sumeria. That's why you have Inca. That's why you have all these different civilizations creating similar things, because they all got the same knowledge. They went beyond space and time. Their sages were able to do that. And they were able to talk to these civilizations, receive this information, and bring about which was truly harmonious to live in. When you're looking at the ancient civilizations and how they built their structures, that's the true way to live, because that's in harmony with the earth. It is resonant in that form of equilibrium between the earth and the structures built. It's a harmonic sound. It benefits the people and it benefits the earth. Why do you think they knew that? Because they were able to transcend space and time. And they were able to look at these ancestors and descendants with what they were able to do. And that's why it was so consistent throughout the entire planet. This is not something built on logic. This is the nature of collecting together with mind. The webs that connect us all together, and receiving that insight and all of the instructions about how to create it. And that's what they did. All right? Okay, let's go down the list here a bit more. Pamela asks, do you know anything about the current mission of Blu-ray starseeds? Well, they're helpers in that way. When you're looking at the Blu-ray energy, you're looking at a lot more of insight. You're looking at people who are much more able to work with empathy. You're working with a lot more of the intuition, okay? So you're working together with much more of the intuitive body, with the empathic body. So a lot of them are helping out in different ways. I mean, they're in all walks of life, right? They're in governments, they're in law enforcement, they're in banks, they're financial advisors. There are also mediums and channels as well too. They touch every ray of life, all right? So it's not about saying just because I'm a blue-ray starseed, I have to only do this line of work. That's very limiting to yourself. No, they will go into the trenches, and they will go into these deeper bodies of governance, right? So working with the government, working with legislature, working with law enforcement, working with military, etc. A lot of them are in all those, okay? But they're again helping to bring people more to the heart center, working with empathy, working with intuition. They're much more sensitive. They're much more open. They're much more receptive to how they can change and how they can grow, and helping others to change and to grow as well too. That's their nature. All right? Thank you, Pamela. Okay. Clear Mind says, hi Brad, is there a purpose to the oceans having salt in them? Because it sustains appropriate life forms that are salt-based, right? Saline-based as well too. The salt is also part of a magnetic equilibrium as well too, right? So part of the magnetism of our planet in regards to how it is oriented relies upon that salt water functioning as a type of conductor and a stabilizer at the same time. So it's complementary to the life in the oceans that require that salt water intake, salt water to live, and also the idea of utilizing that form of salt water for the means of equilibrium with our planet. Okay, so magnetics have a lot to do with that. A conductor, an equilibrium, a stabilizer. Okay, salt water does that. It's just in sciences we do not know. We do not yet know. In alternative channels, I'm pretty sure people know. Okay, but in regards to mainstream, no. Thank you for your question. Okay, this is from Jana. I started to work with the Third Eye Enhancer card, downloaded from your channel. Is it to look at it in silence, or should I ask for the insight on particular matters? Okay, so Jana, have you watched the tutorials on the healing code cards? Okay, that's what you do. 60 seconds, staring at it. Okay, putting it on the body, 60 seconds or longer. Charging my water with it, 60 seconds or longer. Taking a photo of myself. Here's the card. Putting it face down on the card. Or you can put it other way as well too. It's fine as long as it's on the card. 60 seconds or longer, 24/7. That's what you do, okay? Now again, you have to remember it's an enhancer card, okay? It helps additionally. It's not going to give you third eye vision. It's an enhancer. It helps you, okay? So you may get boosts with it. And again, as you're starting to do the work in working with your third eye, it's going to boost you, okay? So it's kind of like a crystal in that way. It's not going to give you third eye sight until there's a person who's kind of close to that. It may give the extra boost needed for them to get a full activation, okay? But if you've never, ever done third eye activation before, no. It'll help here and there. It'll boost you quite a bit. But again, you have to do the inner work. The third eye is an intelligence, okay? When you guys are working with Kundalini, Kundalini is an intelligence. It's not something you can force. It's not something you can control. It's spirit, right? Same thing goes with your third eye. So here's something you guys can do to really build up your clairvoyance, okay? And this is a type of samadhi, okay? As I said, most samadhis really cannot be done until one achieves Kundalini awakening. But there is a couple of samadhis that you can do that do not require Kundalini awakening, okay? And one of these samadhis is Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay, so what you're doing is you're going into new mind. I'm pretty sure you guys have been tuning into my New Earth Practices videos, right? If not, you should do it. Because at the beginning of the webcast, I teach you guys to go into no mind. Okay, so you're working with the peripherals, you're taking in all the senses at once, you're staying there, and you're feeling the mind and all its thoughts subside. Good, that's what we want to do. Now that we've done that, I want you guys to choose an object, okay? So, let's say, for example, this big Shungite pyramid is your object, okay? Or let's say, for example, this little crystal ball here is your object. Whatever works, it doesn't matter. It can be any object that you want, all right? And I want you to study it. I want you to look at something. Let's say, for example, I'm using the crystal ball here. I want to take in every great detail. I want to take in all of its texture. I want to take in everything regarding this object. I want to know how it feels. I want to know its weight. I want to see exactly everything that's in it. And I'm probably going to take about 5 or 10 minutes to do that. Okay? So I'm taking all of that in through memory. Now I close my eyes, and here I see now the crystal ball. And I see me turning it, and I'm just focusing on the crystal ball. And I'm focusing on that for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, for 20 minutes, for a half hour, for an hour, for however long I feel I can do it. And what do I do again? I repeat. I do this repetitively. So the thoughts are pretty much out of my mind. Even if the thoughts flow in, I'm not paying attention to them. I'm imperturbable to wandering thoughts. That's Savikalpa Samadhi. Okay? So you're going into no mind. You're focusing on an object because Savikalpa represents concentration. Okay? It's bringing together. That's what we're doing here in Savikalpa Samadhi. And you do not need to have Kundalini awakening for that. Okay? That's the one type of Samadhi that I'm aware of, that you can just go into no mind and you can concentrate on an object. Okay? Buddhists do this. Yogis do this. Okay? They find an object of their concentration. With me, what I use quite commonly is a candle flame. Okay? I'll use a candle flame and I'll just see the flame flickering a little bit. Just kind of the natural flow of how a candle works. Right? And I'll just see a black background. And I'll see a candle flame here. And I'll visualize that within my mind. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then I take a bit of a break. And then I come back to it again. Then I take a bit of a break. And I come back to it again. Okay, guys? That is how you develop your clairvoyance. That's how you open your psychic gateways. You want to experience an object. Okay? And as you're focusing on that object, you're feeling it. You can even feel its texture, right? You can even feel the warmth of the candle flame. Just imagine that you're putting your hand there. You can feel the warmth there. You can feel the texture of the crystal ball. You can see an Om symbol, okay? And your Om symbol is your object. And I know I have a lot of people saying, oh, Brad, what type of object should I do? Whatever object you feel connected with, okay? It could be anything. It could be a stapler, okay? It could be a pendulum. Kind of looking at stuff on my desk here. It could be your car keys. But I would say more so just look at something that resembles a good connection with me. The candle connects very, very well with me, right? It has intrigue. It allows me to focus on it because I enjoy looking at a candle flame, okay? So that's what I do. And as that's been happening, the clairvoyance has been accelerating profoundly. So you want to do this for a few months, okay? So you're working on developing your own clairvoyance, opening up your psychic gateways, and doing this constantly, okay? Repetition, going into Savikalpa Samadhi, and going into concentration on an object. Like I said, if thoughts come in, just let them go by. They're passing clouds. Don't be the old man, the old woman yelling at clouds that are going by. Okay? We have enough of that in the physical world. So just let the clouds wander by, not paying attention to them. Stay focused on your object. And the more that you do this, you're going to, in time, develop siddhis. Okay? These are what's referred to as psychic abilities or supernatural powers, as it were, to what the yogis refer to them. Now, I have to do a whole video on that because it's very important that we're not getting too distracted by the siddhis. I'm looking to open mine up, but because it's a part of my body, it's a part of my being that, of course, I'm happy to open up. But we have to make sure that when we develop our siddhis, we are utilizing them in regards to service. We're not using them for selfish means because that's going to bring you untold amounts of misery. Okay? You have to be very, very responsible when you open up your siddhis because the most important thing is for you to go to spirit. Is for you to go to God. That should be first and foremost. If you're using your siddhi abilities, you're using it for the service of humanity. You're using it for the planet. All right? That's the idea. So keep working with that. Work with Savikalpa Samadhi. See where it takes you. All right? But that's basically what you can do to enhance your third eye, to enhance the spirit eye. I wouldn't even really call it the third eye. Right? I call it spirit eye or inner eye in that way. It's much more appropriate because it's not really a third eye. Right? It's more of a spirit eye. All right. Okay, guys, one more question. I think we're going to wrap up. Let's see here. Okay, I think we'll end with this question because I know this is a question I've gotten quite a bit in the past. Zoki Moto asks, is it possible to reach physical immortality? No. Okay. Form is not immortal. Okay. You cannot have permanence with impermanence. You can have longevity. Right? You can certainly have a great deal of longevity. where a lot of our star brothers and sisters, on average, live about 5,000 years, right? That's their average lifespan. Humanity will eventually get to that point as well, too. We may have that through assisted technology. We may have that through, again, more advanced upgrades to come in our DNA. And I feel that will be a time that will be coming. I think there will be a lot of technology to come that will unlock a lot of our DNA. Either we'll have that through the assistance of Star Family, or we may invent it ourselves with their assistance. And you're basically unlocking DNA so that you can have like a 5,000-year lifespan, okay? But that's not immortality. That's great longevity, but it's not immortality, okay? And you're in a body and you can still die, okay? You can still have a heart attack. You can still get hit by a car, okay? So even though we're getting longevity technology, okay? And I will be talking a little bit more about that, because I will finish, after I finish with this question, I will give you guys an update of something I'm going to share, okay, about med beds, all right? So again, reach physical immortality? No. Spirit immortality? Absolutely, because spirit is permanent, okay? So no matter what kind of technology that you have, it's only going to limit you in that certain way, right? We have a form, we have a body. I don't think you'd really want to be in a physical body for all of eternity. That would seem like the worst kind of hell, really. A lot of shows have depicted that. Television shows, television series, anime, right? About the idea of someone living forever. I couldn't think of a worse hell for that. I want to be in spirit, right? I want to be in my spirit nature. So I don't mind longevity here and there. I'm happy if I live under a century, I'm good, right? I don't need to live 4,000, 5,000 years. Not in this era. Maybe in eras to come, we'll see. But no, physical immortality cannot happen, because you cannot bring permanence out of impermanence, just like you cannot bring perfection out of imperfection, right? Yeah, so you can have prolonged life, you can have alteration of life, in that way you can alter different things, you can alter genetics, so you can maybe look more like a reptilian in that way. There's altering of genetics, there's prolonging of genetics, all of those can happen. We will, in time, have that type of technology. But again, you're looking at the impermanent realm, and everything is under change, everything is under transformation, everything goes through those cycles, okay? And it's not up to you, it's always up to God about what you do with your life. Right? And you know that a lot more once you bring spirit into yourself, which is certainly what I'm learning. All right. Okay, so Brad, what are you talking about? What do you mean secret space program, medbeds? Well, not really secret space program. Okay. As I've said, if we were looking at the SSP medbeds, we'd be looking at a very long time before they're out. However, okay, I have recently been introduced by a fellow, just in regards to a video that he's done on YouTube, and he goes by the name of Jared Rand, okay? And this guy, I've actually done some looking into him. Very, very genuine fellow, okay? Now, he is claiming to build what's known as a celestial chamber, okay? It's not really a med bed in that way, but it is similar in that particular type of design. So a friend of mine was introducing me to Jared Rand, okay? I have not talked to him yet or anything like that, but I'd like to. I certainly would like to talk to him. I was watching one of his videos, and this man is very, very intelligent. Like, I would just say this man is, I'd say either he's a walk-in or he's actually off one of these spaceships and he's just here, right? But he is extremely intelligent. He has a lot of advanced star knowledge within him, greater than anybody I've ever seen. So, and he's a very genuine person, has very, very deep compassion for people. And it's just, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see this person. So again, he's looking to create this technology called celestial chambers. Okay, and it's a type of, it's not a med bed as he calls it, but it's a type, it's similar to that type of technology. That if it is successful and if it is built, people can live up to about 4,000 or 5,000 years through the idea of the success of the celestial chamber if it's fully constructed, getting a prototype done, and then he intends to make it open source so that people can actually build these beds themselves. But again, not really med beds, but more of celestial chambers as he calls it. So he has a differentiation there. So it's not really quite SSP technology. It's kind of more different. It's more, I would say, off-world technology. It's much more in that sense of Star Brothers. It's more galactic technology in that way, rather than SSP. So I can't really say too much, right? I am hearing about certain things that are happening behind the scenes, but I cannot divulge anything of that nature right now. There's certain secrets that I have to keep secret right now. But I feel that there's a lot of promise with this fellow. Okay? So if you guys want to Google him, or I would say DuckDuckGo him rather instead, go for it. He is looking for like donations, contributions in regards to his Celestial Chambers bed. He also has many other ideas as well too, but his knowledge is very profound. He's very, very intelligent. I would consider him like a modern day Tesla. So very, very interesting fellow. And again, I know a lot of people have been talking about med beds in that sense. Now, through the healing code technology, I am also considering maybe the next couple of years building a healing bed equivalent out of healing code technology. Okay, but that's going to take some time because I have to really go deeper into research with it and putting codes, and I really want to amplify those codes to a very high degree so that when you go into this healing code bed, which can be any bed really, you're getting immediate effects as soon as you're stating the commands that would come spiritually into you. So that may be a couple years down the road. So I'm going to build an equivalent to that. But again, this fellow Jared Rand is very authentic. Okay, I've looked into him. Just kind of a rare thing because I've talked about SSP and I talked about the insiders in it, and none of the insiders that are currently involved with the SSP I consider to be genuine people. Okay, I'm not trying to bash them or anything like that. They just got a lot of inner work to do, right? And Brad, is it this person, is that person? Like I said, I'm not going to give names. But again, I would say people who are quite popular in the SSP field, who are giving this information, are not very reliable people at all. Okay? And I would not really hang my hat on what they're sharing. A lot of their stuff is more contrived or manipulated than anything else. I just say this, guys, because I'm saying the truth. I look into people. I know how to look into a person and tell when they're genuine and when they're bullshitting. Okay? That's just an ability that I have, right? If I look at your face, I can look right into you and tell if you're a genuine person or not, right? Not that I'm going to bash you in any particular way, but I have that capability, okay? So this is what I'm sharing, and I just share the truth. That's all I do. And I just say that a lot of people commonly found in the popular form of the SSP insiders are not genuine, okay? This guy, however, Jared Rand, very genuine, okay? He's a genuine guy. So maybe I'll see if I can talk to him down the road. Maybe we'll do an interview together. In that way, I would certainly like to pick his brain a lot more, okay? But again, that's from my own perspective, guys. You guys have to make up your own mind. You don't have to use me as your truth detector. You have to be your own truth detector. I just have mine online, right? It's good for you guys to know exactly who is genuine and who is not. We're not making fun of people who are not genuine. I'm not bashing them to the ground. I'm just saying you guys have to do some inner work. You have to do some inner work and you have to come clean because you've been misleading certain people in regards to manipulated and contrived information that is not genuine. I don't know why you're doing that other than maybe to get famous or to, again, manipulate people or whatever it is you're doing. But it's not right. And you got to come clean and you got to look into yourself, because if you're constantly going through continual conflict throughout your reality, then that's showing basically the dirty beliefs and the dirty mentalities that you hold. So again, that's a general message for all insiders, right? You know who you are, right? I've talked about this earlier this week on New Earth Insights, and I still mean it. So please keep that in mind. And this is what I say you guys as well too. Get your truthometers working. Work with the heart, work with spirit, and again, just bless those people that need to go through this transformation, right? We have to kind of expose them at the same time, but we got to say, this is not true. But, if you need help to really working with yourself to get out of this ego, to get out of this manipulation and come into the light, I'm more than happy to help you with that, all right? So that then you can now start moving into the truth. And now you can start bringing in some great information that comes through the truth. That's so important. We're done lying with each other. That's not going to get anywhere. That creates wars. That creates battles. That creates conflicts. We're not in that anymore. We're getting out of that immaturity. But in order for us to move forward, sometimes we have to call a spade a spade. And that's what I'm doing. All right? Thank you, everybody. Glad you enjoyed New Earth TV Live today. Thank you again for your requests and for your questions as well too. So I'll be back next week, next Tuesday, with New Earth Insights. Okay, so what are we going to be looking into New Earth Insights on Tuesday? We're going to look into Mr. Mark Zuckerberg's Meta. All right, we're going to look into Earth as an off-world tourist attraction. We're going to look onto the outlook of deep underground military bases and the situation with their occupancy. And we're going to look into weather modification technology and who has possession of it. Okay, so all those things and more coming up on New Earth Insights this Tuesday. Okay, and next Thursday as well too is New Earth Practices. We're going to be looking into cord cutting, and I'll be back next Friday with more Q&A with Earth Mass Meditation and distance healing. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Be well, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care. Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.